Hey there, welcome back in a new video with Samsung. So today is the 20th of October of 2024, 1 year since I owned this machine. It came on the 20th of October 2023. So this is the model WW11BB704DGW. Now to those ones, so it's just a normal manually detergent also. I just noticed there's something hidden. So we're gonna go to this thing. So you clearly see there, you can see any screws. So if you remove this thing, you clearly found 4 screws. So one from the inside, 2 from the drawer, and 1 from the ball. And it's an WW9000B. This is the cover screw information. So to put the cover screw back, you have to do this. So the cap range, as you just noticed, is just from the F500 Samsung, so 2017 one. If it focuses, so yeah, it's the F500 one. So 2017 one on a 2023 Samsung washer. So we're gonna put this thing back. So just to simple to put it back. Yeah, so we're gonna see the speed spray. So if you get the model without fluorescent speed spray, you will also have the eye wash as well. So models without spray have the mixed load, and models with spray have super speed. So clearly super speed is just a cycle that wash the clothes on 59 minutes if you get the model without quick dry, and 39 minutes with the quick dry model. So when it's selected to 40, does 50. So we're gonna look at the control panel now. It says hello, which is I think technically low. As a starting cycle, we have Eco 4060. Then we have the 5 AI patterns, so 5 cycles as AI patterns. So AI patterns is just one of the settings that it will show your mostly frequently used cycles. So super speed. So I have the 59 minutes. So because I don't have quick drive after all. So if quick drive was placed on the options, it will be better, because quick drive will do the spin washes, but this model only does on the when it recognizes the extra gently wash on cotton or synthetic. So cotton is 127 on the new Samsung Bespoke 9 kg with recirculation spray is 105. 60 and 90 is the same time. And yeah, so baby casual synthetics. So these synthetic size 248. When it senses down, it goes to 112, just like cotton. So cotton and synthetics will add water from the spray. Then it will analyze from the AI analysis. If it recognizes an AI optimized wash, it won't do any spin washes after adding water from the spray, and the extra gently wash will spin wash. So yeah, so like synthetics and cotton from gold to 40, if it senses down, it goes to 112 without options. And yeah, so all the Samsungs is 2025, which can only reduce 30 minutes, so it will go to 155 and do the normal filling. So active wear, another style of quick wash, very useless. So denim, new motion to ignore the mixed load one, because it's just ignore just this cycle series. They are customized from this marketing shop. Intense cold. This cycle I'm recalling the super eco wash from the old Samsung style, so you can't clearly change the temperature. Towels, which is a lovely cycle. Bedding, shirts, which does deep rinses on this cycle. In my opinion, it could be less water, so the duration is the same as mixer, but kinda different. Hygiene steam, I will try this cycle one day. It's actually good, so it will barely go to 2 hours on it. If it reduces, I may try one day this cycle. So outdoor, same timing as the old Samsung style, so 125, 127. Yeah. Colors, I'm gonna recall this cycle as dark garments, so because the timing looks like dark garments, so colors is what is the cycle I'm recalling dark garments from the old Samsung styles as well. So silent wash for night washes, more or less less loud and will be more quiet. So cloudy day, one of my favorite cycles, which has a long final spin as well. And yeah, so I'm gonna say, I know some people that has a Samsung, so people in the community, and I know people in real life that owns a Samsung, so most of people can have a really good experience with Samsung, and people can also have a bad experience with Samsung. So one thing I want to say, if it senses on cotton a big load, so it won't add any time. So like old Samsung AI and old Samsung styles, it can add more time after 15 minutes of washing, so it clearly can jump to 3 hours when it's on 40 into a 3 hours of wash. So like when it's washing 15 minutes, when it sends it to 127, it clearly jumped to 3 hours, which is too long for me. Man, while this machine doesn't, I'm literally happy with this machine. So this machine doesn't jump up to 3 hours. Also when it clearly senses 127. So Bespoke only senses once, so only senses the dry load, so and won't sense anymore. I clearly know this machine so much, clearly know most of the programming. So 112 is gonna add water from the spray, analyzing the laundry. It can do an AI optimizer wash or extra gently wash as well. Synthetics, it can also add one rinse and do 1200 RPM items. Well, if it detects an optimized wash, and when it sends it down to around 12 sometimes, so not mostly, but clearly it did one time. So sometimes this machine is sensitive and sometimes it's unsensitive all the time, so sometimes it will take very unbalanced spins, sometimes it doesn't, so it will refuse it. I know this machine most of the time it clearly so like when it pushes the door like this, sometimes it would cancel it and sometimes it goes for it, which is kinda good. And the programming is also different on Bespoke, so it's like when sometimes it clearly doesn't push the door, it will barely stop spinning at 150 RPM. So like when it spins like this to to 150. So whoever watched my full cycles videos will barely notice. So Ecobubble, what is clearly Ecobubble? So Ecobubble is a pump that makes the detergent in bubbles. So this pattern is clearly just for the Ecobubble technology. So foam will also bubbles will come over here. It can also go over here when tumbling clockwise like this. Bubbles can as well come over here, clockwise or anti-clockwise. So it's barely a good thing. So digital inverter, you will have a 20 years warranty on bespoke models and 10 years warranty on some models. Smart Things, which is an app made by Samsung that you can do custom cycles. You can clearly customize most of the things. So also you can add custom cycles, greeting message thing, and yeah. So 11 kilogram drum, Space Max drum, and yeah. So my experience. So another thing I want to say is just like the machine won't reheat when you don't use bubble stroke, which is a thing that Samsung can barely improve. So like the reheating, like super speed, does 50 and 40, and reheats are 48. So like when you do a 60-degree cycle, 40, 30, and at all temperature without bubble stroke, it can also reheat when it goes down of 2 degrees. So like 60, when it's at 58, it can reheat to 60. So like just to hold the correct temperature. So like Samsung can improve that. Also the shocks absorbers, in my opinion, can be barely improved a little bit. The Samsung uses soft shocks absorbers, I know that. So and yeah, so my experience, it was really good with Samsung. I literally have a good experience with Samsung. So I know most of Samsung AI models or bespoke that can do a very annoying rattling sound. Mine doesn't do a loud rattling sounds, but this sound is just a drunk knocking. It's common for every Samsung. It's just normal. I meant the rattling, especially on higher speeds, it can be really annoying for some people. So like I just saw some Samsung AI models that rattlers very bad. So like it does, but my model sometimes does a clicking noise, maybe from the springs. So I don't really care much, and yeah, it's not really barely something much strange for me. So like it's not a big problem for me. So next, probably some models are literally not assembled correctly. So like on some models you barely hear a very strange noise. So from the back, it's just the motor hitting the board. I just uploaded something from Amazon clients. So and for some models the Ecobubble barely struggles like a tractor to turn on. So mine clearly can do that sometimes, but it will barely turn on normally. So like mine sometimes can also struggle to turn the pump on, but it clearly turns on normally after all. So it's like struggling like a tractor. And when the motor struggles like a bit during the distribution or balancing, it will immediately stop sometimes, and sometimes it barely goes. Bending cycles is unsensitive after all. So right, so I literally love this machine. I literally have a good experience. So bubble shock goes to 62, adds 2 degrees when you select it to 60, it goes to 62, and reheats at 57 degrees. So my 1 year experience, it was really good with this machine. So I barely recommend the 9kg Bespoke. So it has the recirculation spray and it's very good. A huge improvement from Samsung, but in my opinion the quality should be improved on newer Samsung. So like the rattling thing, the shocks absorbers, and a few more things. So like it uses soft shocks. It can use a bit harder soft shocks absorbers, and yeah. So I barely recommend Samsung Bespoke. So I especially recommend the new 9kg Bespoke, which has the recirculation spray. It uses this recirculation spray on super speed, cotton, drum clean plus, and I think motorcycles too. And as well, the 9kg Bespoke has quick drive from the options, which mine doesn't, unfortunately. And yeah, so I really literally have a good experience with this machine. So quick drive, when you turn on quick drive, the machine will do the 30 RPM spin wash. Mine only does on the extra gently wash thing on cotton or synthetic. So yeah, I recommend this machine, but mostly the 9kg Bespoke. So my 1 year experience was very good. Especially I love the Ecobubble pump as well, and the app and the programming. So quick look about the options and quick look about the settings, just to conclude the video. Right, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more cycles with this machine, and yeah, so bye.